All right, welcome back to another episode of How Much Money I Made This Month. Again, just like last time, I want to make sure I'm stating that this is just so we can have a good conversation about money. I hope it helps you. And I think if we're all on the same page about how much people are making, we can bring the market up and people can make more of a living doing what we all love. All right, so to start off the month, from September 5th all the way to September 9th, I was shooting the Halo Salt Lake City event, and that one netted me $3,000. So I think it was about $700 a day, if I'm not mistaken, plus travel and food and all that is included. No post-production. I know last month I didn't do a good job of saying whether I did post-production or not. This event was no post-production. I pretty much just shoot. I offload the footage to a DIT, or I'll upload it to Dropbox where they have a remote editor chopping stuff up for content throughout the event. So that was 5th through the 9th. I got home on the 9th, and then on the 10th through the 15th, I was filming for G2's Rocket League team. Rocket League Worlds was here in Fort Worth, Texas. This netted me $5,600. This was obviously a great paycheck. I had my buddy cover me on the 9th. It would have been an extra $700 had I been able to make that. I couldn't make that because I was flying in. My buddy Cody covered for me that day and was able to help me land that gig so that I could, obviously work the rest of that week. This is the biggest paying job of the month by far, and it really kind of helped pad out like that middle of the month where I really wasn't getting a ton of work. Once again, there was no post-production. I did supply photos through stills, so whenever I'd take a good video, I'd go back, I'd color grade it, I'd get a couple stills out of it, and I would send that to them. But they didn't request anything outside of me just uploading daily, so that way their editor back at home could start cutting up the content and making a documentary out of this. So I didn't have another job until the next week, which was on the 18th. This was for Mad Light Films, also known as Robbie and Solomon. They had me out to kind of PA, help with audio, just kind of be extra pair of hands. And this job netted me $500. I didn't have to provide any gear. I didn't have to obviously do any post-production, no cam op. It was actually kind of a glorified PA job. So I'm super, super appreciative to Robbie and Solomon for having me out for that. It was fun. It's always fun hanging out with them. But yeah, that was a good time. And like I say, made $500 on that. So pretty good day. So on the 26th, the very next week, I shot for a med spa. They had like a fall event going on where you could get different sales, and they had people coming into the store. You could ask questions, get free consultations, stuff like that. So I charged them $300. It was for 1 hour of shooting and 2 post-production reels that they could post to social media. That's pretty good pay in my opinion for not a ton of work. And this is also a client that I am kind of nurturing, me and my wife both are, to hopefully sign them on as a retainer client. We are moving into trying to get a few retainer clients right now. So we have a couple in the pipeline. After I did the med spa shoot, I left that day and went to Brenham, Texas, which is a 3.5-hour drive. Woke up the next day at 3 a.m. to shoot for LJ's Barbecue. This was from a guy named Ricardo who had hired me to be a second cam. I got paid $1,300 for the day. It's actually been a bucket list of mine to shoot like a proper barbecue spot like that. So we got there, like I say, 3:30 a.m. We're watching them, season the brisket, get it all ready. That was so much fun. I cannot wait to show some of that content and, utilize that for my portfolio. And that was it for all of my jobs. Thankfully, the beginning of the month really front loaded my pay for this month. Had it not been for, those 2 shoots, like this would have been a pretty scarce month. That's just how it is, kind of going into holidays, going into winter, things slow down. Doing cold calls, cold approaching, and just trying to land a couple of retainer clients to really help us out through the holidays. Other sources of revenue, because I do YouTube, I have affiliate links and whatnot. Starting at the bottom was Cord Bag. I got 1 sell off of that, made 15 bucks. If you're curious about cord bags, they're seriously amazing. I recommend just checking out the website, see if you like the product. If you do, you can use code LOJ15 for 15% off, and then I get a kickback. This is the best way to support the channel. So the second part of that was Amazon affiliate links. This month I made $66, which I think is pretty much on par for what I made last month. Again, I enjoy that. Covers a meal for me and my wife. And then in a massive turn of events, after I posted my how much I made last month, that video and the week in the life really kind of just took off. So I had a great month that month, and I made $230 through YouTube affiliate, which is actually insane to think about. I mean, again, it's not like, paying off debt or nothing, but it's just crazy that did that. And I will say right now, I net about $30 to $40 per video, which is kind of cool. It's just kind of crazy to see that. So I forgot to give the grand total. So this month, for all of that, the grand total for this month was $11,000. That is a fantastic month for me. I am extremely happy with that. Once esports season falls off, things really slow down for me. So hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear, how much you made this month. If you're comfortable sharing that, leave that in the comments below. Break it down the same way I did. And yeah, let's just have a conversation about money. It's healthy. It helps everybody. Yeah, if you're comfortable doing that, let's talk.